Walimota. Hello, welcome to my channel again. So, in today's video, I'm talking about how to keep records at your pig farm. How to keep records at your pig farm. How do you keep record at your pig farm? First of all, keeping records at your pig farm is very essential in the management of your farm, because you don't want a situation whereby you yourself, who owns the farm or who is in charge of the farm, you don't know how many pigs are in your farm, or you don't know what happened to some pigs in your farm because you didn't keep record of them. For example, now I can put 10 pigs here, and let's say tomorrow I come and I'll count and there are 8 pigs. I'll know that 2 have gone missing. That will help you to run your farm better. But Jimmy, you're not keeping your record. You might not even notice that some pigs are not in that pen again. So keeping records, in fact, it's not only your pig farm self. Keeping record of everything you are doing, both business and in your dealings with people, is very, very important in life as a whole. So how do you keep records at your pig farm? First of all, records are very, very important, like I've already said. Now, there are so many ways you can keep records at your pig farm. Many people use different ways, but I will tell you the ways which I use on this farm. First of all, there are some farmers who, take record of servings, like when a boa mates a female pig. There are some farmers who do that, but I don't do that here because for me, I don't think it's that much. I don't think it's necessary, because whenever I notice that the pig is about to deliver, I take it to a pen where it will stay alone and deliver, or where it will stay with fewer pigs and deliver. Some farmers do it so that they will know the exact date that this pig will give birth, and so that they can be able to separate it or prepare for the birth. But in my own case, I don't do it because I don't think it's essential. And moreover, there are so many pigs here, so I don't know how that is going to be very, very doable. Even though if I say I will do it, but I just can't do it for now. So whenever I see that the pig is about to give birth, I transfer it to another pen. Now, some pig farm owners keep records of the day that a female pig was served, like the day it was mated, and the day to give birth. That is one of the ways to keep record at your pig farm. Now, the second way is, whenever a pig gives birth at your farm, you should write down the date of birth. So this will help you to know when you wean your pigs, when you take them away from the mother and start feeding them like normal pig feed. Now, let's assume that this pen is where they gave birth to those pigs. Now, you come here and write 17th. Okay, today is 26th. You come here and write 26th of January 2021. You write how many pigs that were given birth to, let's say 9 or 10. You write it down. That's the second way to keep records at your pig farm. Like these are like necessary record keeping, will I say, techniques like you have to use on your pig farm so as to manage your farm better. Now you write down the date of birth, you write down the number of pigs. Now, another way to keep records at your pig farm, like you have to combine all these things together. Or it's not as if there are different ways. I'm just saying it so that you can combine them all together. Now, the second way to keep records at your pig farm is that you have to know, you should have a book where you write down the total number of pigs in your farm. You write it down, so at every single point in time, you know how many pigs are in your farm. So that even if you go outside and somebody asks you, I need pigs, you can know, I know what I have and I know what I can supply. So you know what you have and know what you can supply. Now, apart from having the total records of all the pigs in your farm, apart from knowing the total records of all the pigs in your farm, you also have to know the total number of male pigs, of boas in your farm. That means boas are the ones that the male pigs that you can sell off for slaughter. You also have to know the number of sows. Sows are the number of sows. In fact, it's not even sows and gilts. You have to know the number of matured female pigs in your farm. That is, you put a column for sows and gilts in your farm. Now you also have to have a record of all the weaned pigs in your farm. Let's say that, like now, most of these pens are for weaners and growers. Now let's assume that I have 5 pens full of weaned pigs. I'll write it down. I'll come here and write, this is number 1 pen. I'll write there are 10 winners here. This is number 2 pen. I'll write there are 15 winners here. Then later I'll combine it and write it in my book, in my record keeping book. So I know that at every single point in time, I know how many winners I have in my farm. Now, and that way also to keep records at your pig farm, that you have to know the total number of okay, I've talked about winners. You have to know total number of pigs you sold for that month. For me, I usually record. I usually update my record book every weekend. So every weekend, I come to the farm. I count how many winners, how many growers I have, how many matured pigs I have, how many female pigs I have, how many pigs they were sold off that week. So at every single point in time, I know that, yeah, this is what I had and this is what I sold for that week. So that's it. So keeping records at your pig farm is very, very important. Keeping records at your pig farm is very, very important. It will help you to manage your farm better. Also, always have a record of the serving dates and delivery dates. For me, is not important. So, but if you want to do it, it's all about personal choices. But from what I do here is, I have the record of the weaned pigs in this farm. I have the record of the boas in this farm. I have the record of sows/gilts in this farm. So these 3 things are very, very important, so that you always know the number of pigs you have in your farm. Gilts/sows, you every weekend you come to your farm, update the record. Boas, that's matured male pigs, you come and update your record. Winners/growers, you update it every weekend. Boas, you update it every weekend. Females, that's sows/gilts, you update it every weekend. So if you do things like this, you will run your farm better. And each pen, you always write down how many pigs are in that pen. Let's assume here there are like 10 pigs or so. I write it down, 10. So that even if I come tomorrow, if I count it, I know that something is here, or something has been added, something has gone missing. So that is it on record keeping in your farm. So for those who need my consultations, this pig of a thing is not as easy as many people make it to be. In fact, piggery is more, I'll tell you, piggery is much more, you have to put in much more effort in pigs, especially when you have a big farm, than even in poultries, in fisheries, and the rest. So in pigs, you have to very, 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 very up to date with information that will help you manage your farm better. Because all these things are evolving ventures. So you always have to be up to date with the right information. Because these are pigs are not, let's assume that you have 20 beds, poultry beds, and you have 20 pigs. Someone that is doing 20 pigs has put a lot of money, more than someone that is working on 20 beds. So you see, this is something that you have put your money, and you have to do everything possible to get the best results you can get. So for those who need my consultations, I'm always available for consultations. I'm always available to help. I'm always available to help in any way I can. And also, for those who want to seriously enter into this big venture, you need to go into it with the right information, with the right tools at hand, and with the right guide at hand. So I have a course for beginners, even for those who have been in the venture for long. This course is what you need to be able to run your farm better, to be able to make sure that you are not wasting your time. So that is why I came up with this course. It's a course which I've written, typed, and published. even though it's a soft copy for now. So if you need it, and I will advise those who are entering into this big venture of 18 to get this course, because it's very, very important for you. Because it will not be good that you put in your money somewhere, and because you didn't have the right information, it ended up, let's say, mismanaging that venture that you went into. So that is why this course is very, very important for both beginners and those who have been in the venture for any amount of years, for any amount of time. You owning this course, it's very, very affordable. So if you need it, all you have to do is to call me on the number showing on the screen. So that is on today's video. I think I'll take my bow right now. So thank you.